Hello, Divine Souls, and welcome to a Timeless Collective general message for my YouTube collective. Let's open the space and cleanse the space with some Palo Santo to assist with the good vibes and the positive energies to assist with this reading today. Alrighty, and of course to call in the Most High, the Mother, the Father, and the Source within all, so that we can have clarity, confirmation, illumination, guidance, however it may need to be brought through for those who may need to receive today, so that they can be assisted in whichever way will benefit them for their highest good and nothing but their highest good towards their highest desired reality and their highest potential, of course. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe. Beautiful. All right, now that that's done, we can get into your reading. All right, let's have a look. What does my collective need to know today? And just as a reminder, this is a general message, so it may not fully resonate with you, but please do take the messages that do and simply leave behind whatever does not for the next person who it may be for. And my communication and channeling of the energies is of a higher level sometimes, simply because I am an empath, but I do use the symbolism and the cards to really bring through the energies, and then I access and tap into those energies so I can bring through what it is that you truly need to know about what it is that is coming through from the cards today. So shall we see, what does this collective need to receive through my channel and vessel today that may benefit them along their path and journey? Let's have a look. Ooh, first card. All right, next one please. Another 3 cards, please, Spirit. What does this collective need to know and need to receive through my channel and vessel today? Let's have a look. Come through. Come on, Spirit. What do we need to know? What needs to come through? Okay. That one jumped out. What else, Spirit? What else needs to be brought through for this collective today? What will benefit them for their highest good and nothing but their highest good? One more card, please, Spirit. All right. Okay, we have the spread. Beautiful. We can put these cards away now. All right, we have the 8 of Cups on the crown and third eye chakra. We have the Hanged Man on the throat and heart chakra. We have the 4 of Pentacles on the solar plexus and sacral chakra. And we have the Fool on the root chakra. Okay, interesting. Let's have a look, shall we? All right, let me tap into the energies of these cards. We have the 6 of Cups starting off with the crown and third eye chakra. Now, this feels like an energy of you being, I want to say, mentally prepared, emotionally prepared to walk away from certain emotional attachments here, right? And this also could be that you're being asked to do so at this time, but it is heavily on your mind, being that it is on the crown and third eye. So it feels like the energy I'm really getting from this is that you have started to see through illusions, okay? You've started to see things for what they are. You're no longer sugarcoating them. You're no longer using rose-colored glasses to perceive what it is that you need to see at this current space and time. Whatever these emotional attachments are, whatever these cups that are up the front here are for you in your reality, it is really saying that you have come to the mental capacity to truly move away from those emotional attachments because they aren't actually benefiting you, right? And it also could simply be that you need to really come to this awareness. You really need to let go of certain perspectives that maybe you'd been holding on to, that had been keeping you in certain emotional attachments that just, like I said, were not serving you or were serving you at a certain point and stage in your life. But now you're acknowledging it's just not worth it, right? It's not going to keep you moving in the direction you want. It's simply holding you in the place or position of the experience that maybe you are growing. You don't need to be in those spaces anymore. You don't need to be in connection to certain things that aren't actually getting you where you want to be, right? And this has been really important with your crown and third eye because you're creating more space so you can focus on other things instead of what it is that's been really causing you this sense of attachment, you know, and it feels like a sense of like codependency, of like really relying on certain things that you've now realized you just, if you keep going on that path, it's just not, it's why you've redirected yourself. It's why you need to redirect yourself, because the more that you pivot and change the direction you're taking, the more that you'll actually be able to center yourself on the path you really want to be on, right? And it does feel like as you've been moving away from these attachments and these things, or as you do, it's timeless, past, present, future, take it as it resonates. The Hanged Man being on your throat and heart chakra, it feels like you've been really having a sense of, I want to say, a pace of taking it slow, or potentially even being in a position of literally not really doing or moving anywhere, right? But this is why it feels like you had to be in this position within your heart and your throat chakra, like your communication and your feelings and your emotions and your core, you know, sense of being. It's really been put on a, I want to say, this sense of a pause, simply because you needed to come to that Eight of Cups, sorry. Did I say Eight of Cups before? I don't know, but it's fine if I didn't. Eight of Cups is the first one. It's the sense of you having had to be in a Hanged Man energy, and now that you are, I want to say, like, if you think about the Hanged Man energy, it's like being turned upside down to really gain awareness that maybe you hadn't been before, right? Really seeing things from a new perspective. And it feels like the fact that you have now hopefully gained this new perspective, or are still in the process of doing so, it is really giving you that ability to know that it is time for you to walk away from those things that aren't benefiting you, right? And it's because you've given yourself that time, or maybe divine intervention, you were kind of pushed into doing that, to actually realign with how you want to take your path and journey, right? And it does take a sense of responsibility. It does take a sense of communicating your truth as well, you know, really speaking up about it. And in this enlightenment phase that you were potentially in, that you may still be in or are moving out of, it is your potential to really understand what it is that you needed to learn, right? What it is you need to become more aware of and have an open perspective about, because your heart and your throat needed to have this occur for a certain block that may have been there, right? What it was that maybe you were attached to that was blocking this potential like flow that you needed to have within your heart and throat. And the more that you come into the perspectives of your truth and what it is that you need to understand in your own awareness, the more that you'll simply do what you need to do to get yourself in a position of actually doing what it is that you want for yourself, and that you know you need for yourself, that will actually help you in longevity, you know, in what it is that you are creating for your reality. And it does feel like with the Four of Pentacles on your solar plexus and sacral chakra, there were a lot of cords that you needed to cut. Okay, and I mean this not just with like people, but I also mean with environments, with, you know, just the things around you that you are maybe, as I said, I feel like I said codependence before. I may have said that. This is coming up with this card as well, that you may have been codependent on a lot of things emotionally, but also in this energy physically, right? Needing certain things to make you feel safe, or holding on to things because it made you feel comfortable. The universe, spirit, is telling you your solar plexus and sacral chakra were actually quite blocked because of this. You were being held back from the potential of opening yourself up to new things that were actually better, were going to be better able to serve you in the way that you actually need. Because what you want isn't always what you need, and what you need isn't always what you think you want, right? And that's just a perspective. You'll know however that may need to resonate. But the more that you trust in what it is that you may need to let go of, because it feels like you have just been kind of wanting to hold on to certain things. It does feel like this is really about the inner child here, in the sense that your inner child wanted to feel safety and wanted to feel comfortable, but you also need to realize that you're the version of you now that can do that, if you're willing to and ready to actually, you know, kind of seek that ability to do so. And the more that you can acknowledge that the only thing that can truly make you feel safe and feel comfortable within your own energy is you. You don't need things around you. You know, that codependence is just attachment, if that resonates with you. But if it's also about just a sense of not knowing that there were things unconsciously, because a lot of the time you do things and you don't realize that that was playing out. And that's simply why it's saying that maybe have a bit of a reflection as to what maybe you feel you needed in your experience to make you feel secure, and what you thought was benefiting you, but maybe if you were to really give it time to reflect on, potentially was just you clutching on to what it is that you thought you needed to stay with or needed to hold on to. If you can really just reflect on that in your own space and time, no need to really get caught up on if it was wrong or right. That doesn't matter here. There's no judgment. It's just, can you acknowledge what is benefiting you and what isn't? If you can start distinguishing that, the easier it will be for you to simply know what to cut out and what to leave that will help you along your path and journey. And that's why I say the first thing I literally said was cutting cords. So maybe there were just things that you just needed to release and let go of. And maybe you know that already, maybe you don't. That's why I say reflection may be needed. You'll know. And then moving into the Fool card on your root chakra, this is all happening, this clearing, this sense of needing to reflect, and this sense of needing to truly understand what it is that is going to serve you in the next cycle, because you're going to be taking a new path, right? Or maybe you've already started taking that new path. You'll know. But this is a sense of really understanding how to guide your own self instead of allowing things to make you feel more comfortable and secure in what you're doing. And this is why I say, if you can really internalize that, if you can actually create your own safety and sense of guidance, this path, this taking this new direction and this leap of faith will actually make you feel more grounded within yourself, because you're not depending on anything. And if, you know, that thing isn't there, it's not going to shake you off your path. It's not going to take you off your balance. You'll be able to realign yourself because you've had that ability to securely keep that sense of groundedness in your own sense of being. And this is all because the more that you take this leap of faith with trust within yourself, you're truly telling the universe that you trust yourself. And because you trust yourself, you trust the universe, and the universe says, oh, you trust the universe. Okay, now we can give you what you need to get you where you need to be. That was a lot. Take that and process it how you need to. But that's kind of the point here, is that if you can really navigate your own self instead of seeking for external things within your experience, the more that you'll actually direct yourself exactly where you need to be. And you'll realize through synchronicity, because it can be that way many, many times when you start doing this, will show you that you're on the right path. And then there'll be signs if you're not on the right path. So pay attention to what is showing up within your experience and what it's trying to tell you. Of course, you'll be able to decipher it through your intuition and your discernment if you actually tap into that version of yourself that is able to do that, right? And the more that you're willing to take this leap of faith, the more that the universe will give you exactly what you need along your path, and you won't even need to force anything. It will feel like magic, if I'm being honest, because that is what it kind of is, to my perspective. It doesn't have to be yours, but it is a sense of, you know, things just happening the way they need to because you've put yourself in alignment. You've found groundedness. You've found a way to recenter and be able to find stability within your own self. And that is a very high level way of processing your experience compared to if you were to simply allow things to kind of take you on a path that maybe you never wanted to be on, right? So I'm going to grab some oracle cards now for this particular reading. I've got the elemental oracle cards to just help you understand a little bit more about the phase that you're exiting out of, which it seems to be that you are, and obviously with the Fool card at the end, into the one that you may be entering into, and how this, you know, however it may want to come through to benefit you in this reading, of course, to simply assist for your highest good and nothing but your highest good. So let's see, Spirit, what does the Elemental Oracle want to bring through for this message to support those who are receiving? Oh, oh. Well, yep, okay, yes, I see. Next card, please, Divine Spirit. What does this collective need to know through the Elemental Oracle cards? Aha. Yes, I see. So we have Connection, the Biome. All right, so that's that card. I feel like with this particular energy, it is really starting to say for you at this point in the stage of what you're moving out of, an experience that you're no longer needing to be in. The cycle is truly about you gaining connection to yourself, to really have connection with people that you are going to meet along your new path and journey, right? So that's why I say the internal reflects the external. So when you detach from the things that no longer serve you, what do? You create space. You give more opportunity to allow things and welcome things in that will actually help you. And it feels like you have this ability to reconnect with certain aspects of yourself to then allow yourself to actually be open enough to welcome in new energies of maybe people, places, and things, however that is, that will actually support you and benefit you in this new phase, right? Because you're letting go of the old and welcoming the new and allowing it to be what it is for you so that the universe can actually help you. You know, resistance is the only thing that will, make this a lot harder for you. If you simply flow with it as much as you can, the more that you'll actually find that there is something that is going to come in for you and is in the process of being brought in as you move away from what isn't for you anymore. Okay. And then we have the Power card, and it says volcanoes. All right, so I want to remind with this energy of like volcanoes that volcanoes erupt when there is a sense of pressure, right? And this is very metaphoric because you may be under a lot of pressure right now to redirect yourself, and that's because of this essence of needing to take a new path, right? Needing to align yourself from being kind of, I feel like you may have been in a crossroads of being like, do I do this or do I do that? Do I move in that way? Do I do this position and path that I want to think is right? There is a lot of potential, right? A lot of aspects of where you could go. The pressure is there to push you into your power, not to make you feel overwhelmed. And if you do feel overwhelmed, understandable, okay? Truly is understandable. When a lot of things are occurring in your experience, it gets a little like, whoa. But can you dial it back and create the stillness you need? Like the sense of the hangman energy, coming into a sense of peace and a sense of ability to really just examine what everything is for what it is, not getting too much in your head about it, but really understanding what it is, in your perspective, but your enlightened perspective, to acknowledge that you are being guided to really step into your power here. You're really being guided to allow yourself to understand that you are powerful and you do have every bit of potential to do what it is that you truly desire to do. And this new path is ready for you. And it's something that you're going to take the steps you need to for yourself, but you also have to be in the right mindset and heart space to do this and really acknowledge the power you have in this experience. Okay? So that is your reading today, Divine Soul. And I will just say as well, with the card number 9, the number 9 in numerology, from what I remember, is, in my awareness, is just this sense of being right, like a step before things start to end. So you're in this energy of about to leave things behind that really, the 8 of Cups was saying that anyway, but you're leaving it all in a sense of knowing that this is the completion cycle. You're about to hit the moment where things start to close off, and then you can welcome in that new aspect of what you need to be welcoming in, whatever that is for you in your experience. Because things need to erupt for things to then start cooling down and come into a realignment. Okay, destruction isn't something that you should fear. It is something that needs to happen so that you can reconstruct what it is that you wish to, and however that may be. All right? That I just wanted to add in. But this is your message, and if this has benefited you, I am truly grateful. It is simply my mission to assist those in any way that it may be that you need to receive, whether that be new perspectives or be reminded of awarenesses that maybe you already knew but just simply need to hear again, so that it can support you along your path and journey, of course. So I wish you all the best along your path, and that you continue to make the decisions that will benefit you however you know you need to. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.